Following that summit, I had a meeting in the old 50 ground school. It was a really good meeting where we kind of recognized what we had talked about in August and what we needed to do in December to keep that going. And then in January, I had a conference call with you folks here. And at that time, I asked all panel members to submit what I felt and you felt would be your top priorities. 3 energy policy priorities. We had staff compile that feedback and came up with 4 items that most people listed. I think it's really important what those 4 things are. We wanted to focus on the things that you feel are important. Pass legislation so the national renewable global standard. Happy to report to you that Carson City last Friday met with all 5 of the chairs having jurisdiction of something to do with energy. We made a decision we're not going to deal with climate change, like carbon capture, all that, until sometime later in the year. And this next 6 week period we have, we're going to talk about energy. I'm talking about something that you have always ran off the legal and renewable portfolio standard, or you want on a national level, or constitution, we're going to move up this time, and some efficiency items, and then leave global climate change later on in the year. Number 2, we've been asked by each of you that we need to develop and expand transmission capacity. The first step of that was in the recovery package that we did. I think you'll find lots of stuff there. It's very enticing to the private sector. We, as you know, last year we passed an 8-year tax credit for solar, and that was what the solar people wanted. Wind work, they were happy with what they had. But you know, the market fell out. The market collapsed, and people couldn't borrow longer, and the 8-year tax credit didn't mean anything to them. So in this bill that we just passed, there's going to be incentives there for the private sector to get engaged in a real aggressive way in renewable energy projects and also transmission capacity. It's interesting, the chief negotiator for the Republicans on the bill that we just passed was Susan Collins of Maine. Her number 1 issue, maybe I'm speaking for my show, but it appeared to be her number 1 issue was a smart grid. She wanted to make sure we had a lot of money in that for the smart grid. And I think we did create a nice project that I've already mentioned, renewable energy projects, and finally, educate and train the workforce to prepare for these high-tech jobs in the future. That's important because it doesn't happen very easy. We're going to have another National Clean Energy Conference in Washington. It's going to be this coming Monday. We've all been invited to it. It's going to be less than 5 or 6 hours. We've got tremendous participation from around the country, Democrats and Republicans. We've got Vice President Gore, Clinton, the speaker's going to be there. We've got former Governor Pataki there. We've got a number of governors there that are going to come. with the agenda. I've been planning this since we did this thing in August. I think it's important that we recognize that the meeting we're going to do on Monday is not going to be the last meeting we're going to do. I want to take just a little bit of time giving you a broad outline of some of the energy funding for Nevada was the Energy Recovery Act. $3.2 billion is in this legislation for energy efficiency and conservation block grants. $400 million awarded on a competitive basis. And we don't know the exact number, but $30 million from Nevada in this category alone. $5 million for weatherization assistance. Now this is important because it not only creates jobs, it saves energy when the house is weatherized, and it is, we don't know exactly how much money, but it's about $40 million on total in that program. $3.1 billion for state energy program offices for energy efficiency and other renewable energy programs and projects. To receive this funding, Nevada will have to decouple utilities' financial incentives to sell electricity and natural gas and encourage energy efficiency. So states must also adopt ambitious building codes focused on energy efficiency. This again will be about $30 million for them.